Hello, so I wanted to do my favourite things of 2014 type video, and originally I was going to do like my favourite products and stuff like that, but then I thought, you know what, I can't really bother talking about beauty, and if you follow my blog you probably noticed that I haven't talked about beauty things in a while, and it's just generally because I'm just not interested in it as much anymore. Like I still enjoy using products obviously, and I still like buying makeup and things, but I'm just not really bothered about talking about it anymore. Like, I feel like there's only so much I can say about like a mascara that I like and stuff. So I've kind of moved a bit away from beauty blogging. I feel like I'm kind of progressing a little bit into talking about things that are interesting to me rather than what things that I think other people will find interesting. So I've still not fully worked it all out, but I know that I do want to talk more about like TV and film, because that is a big part of my life. You know, I love watching TV, I love talking about TV. About 75% of the conversations that I have with friends and workmates are about TV, you know, programs that we're watching together, chatting about our theories about things. So I feel like I should probably incorporate that more in like YouTube and my blog, because that is, you know, that is part of my personality, and I feel like I don't really show enough of that through videos. So I'm going to try and do a bit more things like this through the year, but for this one I'm just going to start off by talking about things that I enjoyed in the last year. And as I was writing the list, some of the things I was writing down, I was like, was that 2014 or was it 2013? So there might actually be some things in here that are not from this year. But yeah, I'm going to go through TV shows, films, and also YouTubers that I have been enjoying this year. And hopefully you might find something that you haven't watched yet that you want to watch, or YouTubers that you might want to subscribe to. So I'll start off with TV. This is in no particular order, it's just literally as I was writing things down I was like, oh yeah, I remember that show. So the first thing that popped into my head was True Detective, which was an amazing programme. I remember a couple of years ago, Matthew McConaughey, like in my head, was just a joke actor. Like, I thought he was terrible. I think he in general was seen as a bit of a joke actor. Like, he appeared in crap like rom-coms and stuff, and like, when you think now, the things he's been in, Interstellar, which happens to be on my film list, True Detective, he was amazing. Like, he's a really, really good actor, but I don't know, he just like started off in really crap films. I'm sure there was another film that I watched recently that he was in, was it Mud it's called? Again, really, really good at it. So he's probably properly turned around in my estimations. I'm sure he'll be delighted to hear that I no longer think he's a bad actor. Anyway, back to TV stuff. True Detective was amazing. It was kind of quite harrowing, and the story, you know, not particularly jolly story. And the ending was a little bit, could have been better I think, but in general, it was a very, very good show, very well acted, properly gripping. Another show I loved this year was Orange is the New Black. I held off so much on watching this because I'm one of those people that if like loads of people are raving about a TV show or something, I'm just like, oh, I don't want to have to like jump in this bandwagon and be like, oh yeah, I really like it too. So it took me a long time. In fact, I was like that with Gossip Girl. Like, I only started watching Gossip Girl, in fact, this time last year, because I saw it in my time hop for today, that this time last year I watched the first episode of Gossip Girl. And then I became obsessed with it, but it was one of those things where I was like, oh, I'm not going to watch that, like, I bet it's rubbish. And I felt like that about Orange is the New Black, and then I started watching it and I really, really liked it. I thought it was really funny, loved all the characters, I just really enjoyed it, and I powered through like the first two series quite quickly, because by the time I started watching it, the second series was already completely up on Netflix as well. So yeah, looking forward to the third series coming of that. Another series I can't wait to come back is Game of Thrones, which was amazing this year. Like, so many good episodes this year. I kind of feel like when I'm watching it that I'm really on edge, that like someone is just going to die any minute now. I read a lot of like blogs about like episode blogs of things like Game of Thrones and some other shows as well, and they always talk about how, like, you know, we're at the end of the first series where, spoiler alert, Ned gets killed, that it's like that moment where you realise, like, you know, no one's safe, like, and people you think are big characters can get killed, you know, don't get attached to people. But I didn't really feel that then. Like, yeah, it was a big shock and stuff, but I still didn't think like anyone could die. It was just sort of like, oh, okay, they killed this guy who had been made to look like the main character. But for me, it was the Red Wedding, which was last year, where like they just killed off like several really big characters at once, and that was kind of when I was like, oh my god, anyone could die here. And so through this series, I've just been on edge the whole time. Like, I've even thought like at moments where they might kill Tyrion off, and I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen. I've just kind of felt like properly on edge that people are going to die. And one moment that was still stuck with me is the episode where Oberyn is fighting the Mountain, And if you've seen it, it is just, it's probably the most horrific thing I've ever seen on television. Like, I don't even really want to talk about what happens, but it was just so horrible. And that was like one of the most shocking moments for me. In TV in general this year, I would say, is one of the most shocking moments, because I did not expect that to happen at all. I thought there was loads more to come from him, and like loads more things that were going to happen with his character, and then it was just like, God no, he's definitely dead. That there's no coming back from that. Along similar lines, as in like big American programs everyone talks about, is The Walking Dead. This has been a really good series for them as well. You know, having the groups sort of dispersed and like kind of checking in with different people through the series has worked really well. I feel like when they're stuck in one place, like when they were at the farm, when they were at the prison, it gets a little bit boring, but this is kind of, it's been a really, really good series. And again, a really shocking end. Like, I did not think that would happen. I don't want to like put too many spoilers in if you haven't seen it, but yeah, there's like a death basically that happened that I didn't see coming. I thought it was pretty shocking. It's one of those series where I go through, like, some series I really like it, some I don't, but this one I really, really enjoyed. Similarly, actually, is Homeland. The last series of Homeland I found really boring, and I wasn't even really looking forward to watching this series that much. And the first couple of episodes I was a bit like, meh, it's not that interesting, but then it got amazing. And it's kind of, I just watched the final last night and it was a bit disappointing, but the kind of whole like middle section was like proper like Homeland back at its best. So I'll definitely be watching the next series whenever that comes out. I'm going to try and like speed up a little bit because I feel like this is going on quite long. The Leftovers is from the people that made Lost, and it was a really interesting premise. It's about like basically like a rapture type thing happens where just loads of people disappear one day, and it's not really about why that happened, or you know, there's no real, you don't ever get an explanation of how this happened. It's more about the people that are left behind and how they're dealing with it. And it's really, really interesting and really gripping, and the main guy is really fit as well, and he's Jennifer Aniston's husband or fiance or whatever. He's really nice. In terms of UK shows, because I realised that was quite a lot of American shows, I really enjoyed The Fall. I did prefer the first series to the second series, but I did really enjoy it. And again, talking about people who are fit, Jamie Dornan is unbelievably good looking, even though he does play a serial killer. Line of Duty was another one. I think it's the second series of Line of Duty. It's like a BBC drama about like bad cops, basically. that makes it sound a lot shitter than it actually is, but it's a really, really good show. Other UK ones, what does that say? Oh, In the Flesh. That again was like a second series, sort of like a zombie type drama, a bit like The Returned, which I really liked last year, where yeah, it's about like people that come back to life. It's a very similar premise. It's people that just suddenly came back to life again. So they are zombies, but it's not like zombies. People that are regular people, don't try to kill anyone, but they happen to be dead. I'm not explaining this very well, but it's a very good program. Broadchurch is another one. Again, I'm not 100% sure if that was last year, if that was the year before, but I think we definitely watched it this year. It might be that because we were definitely late to watching it. I don't know if I was really late to watching it, or if I just watched it a bit later in 2014 than everybody else. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that coming back soon. There's been adverts on for it recently, so I think that's coming soon. Comedy side of things, because I'm a big fan of TV comedies. I really liked Toast of London, which has got Matt Berry in it. Really, really funny. I hear you, Clan Fandango. Uncle is another one, with Nick Helm, is that his name? And I've seen him like do stand-up stuff on things and really found him annoying. Like really didn't like him at all. And then when we saw that he was doing like a BBC Three comedy thing, I thought, oh, I might as well give it a go. But it actually was really, really funny. He plays basically an uncle of this kid, and he's like a terrible person, but it's just really, really funny. Another comedy thing is The Trip to Italy. Steve Coogan and Rob Brydon. They did a series before where they like, the premise was that they're off like going on a tour of the UK, staying in these little hotels and doing restaurant reviews, kind of playing like fictionalized versions of themselves, and then this series was them doing the same kind of thing but in Italy, and basically it's just an excuse for them to like sit and like chat to each other and do lots of impressions and things. Yeah, it's really funny. I mean, I love Steve Coogan. Alan Partridge is probably my favourite ever TV character, and I just find him really funny, and Rob Brydon's really funny as well, so I really enjoyed that. I think that's enough of TV stuff. I don't want this video to be like too long, so I'm gonna have to be quite ruthless in my edit. We're going to go now on to films. Interstellar was amazing. Saw it in IMAX on the big screen. Was just unbelievable. I wasn't too sure about it before we went to see it. I kind of found Gravity a bit boring, and I thought it was going to be quite similar, but it wasn't. There was like a proper story to this one. It wasn't just like, oh, space looks really cool. It was really good. And again, I said at the start, Matthew McConaughey totally stole the show. He's brilliant. Grand Budapest Hotel, love that film. I love Wes Anderson films anyway. Moonrise Kingdom is one of my favourite films. Every film he's done is just absolutely beautiful to look at. It's also like symmetrical and just like every shot is perfect and it just looks stunning. I think that's probably my absolute favourite film of the year. I bought it for Blair for Christmas, so we're going to watch it on New Year's Eve and I can't wait. 22 Jump Street, really, really funny, even better than the last one. And I think one of my favourite bits is just at the end in the credits, they were like kind of showing fake trailers for 23 Jump Street, 24 Jump Street, and it's just like all these cameos with like random actors and stuff. It's absolutely hilarious. Wolf of Wall Street, brilliant film, love Leo, just really, really good. American Hustle, again, similar. I think they were out quite close together. I remember seeing them quite close together anyway. Loved it. Jennifer Lawrence, can't do anything wrong in my eyes. Double was kind of a little film with Jesse Eisenberg, I think that's who it was. Just basically about this guy who like, suddenly this guy starts working with him who is his absolute double. And yeah, I don't really give too much away, but it's a very interesting film. It's very, very funny. Her, I went to see that in Copenhagen. Is it in Copenhagen? Yeah, it was the day before I got engaged. And we went to see her at a cinema in Copenhagen. And that was really good. It's a bit of a strange film, and I found it quite uncomfortable at some points. And there's something distinctly uneasy about him. I don't know what it is. It's something in his face that just makes me think like, oh, this is a bit creepy. But it was a really good film. Okay, I think that's it on the film front. So lastly, I'm going to go through YouTube channels, since we're talking about things that I like watching. So these are my favourite YouTubers from this year, people that I've really enjoyed their videos. And the kind of theme with all of them really is just people that I find really engaging. Because I think I've kind of found like 2013 was probably the year where I started getting into YouTube and watched a lot of YouTubers, and I set up my own channel as well. But in 2014 I've sort of drifted away from some of the people that I started watching because I kind of feel like I don't feel as connected to them anymore. I mean, I still sometimes watch the videos. I'm talking about like the Zoellas of this world. I still enjoy watching her videos. I have no problem with her at all as a person. I think she's perfectly lovely. But I just don't feel as like connected to them anymore. Probably because I'm getting older, and a lot of the YouTubers that I did start watching were quite young. So I found that this year I've drifted more towards people who I like their personalities and I'm quite happy to just sit and watch them like chat to a camera, and I feel like they're very real, and yeah, I like them a lot as people. So my favourites include Fleur de Force. She was one of those people that I started watching quite early on in YouTube and then drifted away a little bit, but I've come back to her recently, particularly during Vlogmas, and I think she's just a really, really nice girl. I love her whole life, I kind of become obsessed with like her house and her dogs and everything, and it's just one of those girls where like her lives are very different. She's obviously from a much more privileged background than I am, but she seems very down to earth. You know, she's got a book deal like half of YouTube have, but I feel like she deserves it, and you know, you can see that she's putting a lot of work into it. Mary from Another Girl's Life, again, it's one of those people where I feel like she's very real. It's kind of like vlogging without all the bullshit around it. Like, oh my god guys, hey guys, all that stuff that kind of riles me a little bit. So yeah, I just think she's very funny as well. And it's just general vlogging that she does, you know, like nothing particularly special or exciting, but I just really like her. I think she's a very nice person to watch. Another vlogger that I really like is Hannah Mags. Her videos are beautifully shot. Her husband, I think editing and stuff is like his job in real life as well. So the videos are just stunning. They get lots of, you know, really arty shots and stuff. She's gorgeous. They've got this gorgeous baby. Shots are beautiful. You know, it's it's not your average vlog, basically. Obviously I don't have any children, but I do like watching like some family vloggers and just like seeing what it's like to have a child as some sort of preparation for if or when that happens for me. Two people that I have become obsessed with in the last couple of months is Giovanna and Tom Fletcher. Tom Fletcher is from McBusted, and back in the McFly days, I loved Tom so much. He was my favourite member of McFly. I would have married him if the opportunity came around, basically. But Giovanna married him, and I'm very happy about that because she is absolutely adorable. She seems like the loveliest person, like just so normal and funny, and just she's just amazing. Like I really can't stress enough how much I love the pair of them, and as a couple they're just so cute. Like the videos that they've done together, you can tell like they love each other so much, and they seem like such a perfect match together. And yeah, they've both been vlogging during December, so I've been watching their videos pretty much every day, and yeah, they just make me smile, basically. They're lovely people. Louise from Sprinkle of Glitter, probably the first YouTuber I ever watched, and I still love her a lot. So I still watch all of her videos. In fact, the other day I was watching some of her old videos because I had the cold, feeling really sorry for myself, and I was like, oh, I'll watch some old like Zoe and Louise videos from like back in the day when little baby Glitter was a proper baby. So yeah, and again, talking about, you know, moving away from some other YouTubers, she is my age, so it's quite nice to watch someone who's my age. And yeah. Similarly, Hazel Hayes from Chewing Sand. I don't really know how old she is. I imagine she's about my age. And again, it's a bit different from the like sugary sweet YouTubers. And she's very talented as well. You know, she has directed some like films and stuff on YouTube. She's a nice girl. She's Irish, very funny. Essie Button as well. I love watching all of her travel videos. In fact, the videos that she did in Copenhagen, I watched them before we went to Copenhagen, and they went to visit this park in the videos, and I mentioned it to Blair, and I was like, we should go see that park. It's near where our hotel is. And that is actually the park where we ended up getting engaged. Imagine he would have still proposed to me at some point in Copenhagen, regardless of me finding that park or not. But yeah, they basically, Essie Button played a little part in my proposal story. Amy from The Little Magpie, a fellow Scottish girl. She's kind of like one of those people that is just like funny without even trying. I watch any of her videos, like it doesn't really matter what it's about, I'll watch it because there'll be some sort of funny moment in it. And of course I can't talk about my favourite YouTubers without mentioning two of my best YouTuber friends. That is Lindsay and Roisin. So Lindsay's channel is called Lindsay Mac, and Roisin's channel is called Rose Keats. So if you don't already watch them, you definitely should, because they're very, very lovely. That is me finished. That ended up being a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. As I said at the start, I do like talking about TV and film and stuff, as you can tell. I hope you enjoyed this video. My next video I'm going to film, I think I'll do it tomorrow, will not go out until the new year, but it's going to be like a little kind of chatty update thing, talking about what I want to do on YouTube next year, and just generally updating you on what I did at Christmas and what I'm doing for New Year and all of that stuff. So keep an eye on my channel, and that will be up next week. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye. Series 4, and that's for one reason, and that is Emily. I hated Emily so much. I think most people disliked Emily because you really wanted Ross and Rachel to be together.